BrandonVoiceGuy presents Voicetober.
Before the movie begins, I like to apologize. My microphone is a little close, and you can hear like the audio is a little messed up in this video. But I'm not gonna record it again. I gave my opinions on it, and I need to get something to eat. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please excuse the audio. I'll try and fix it to where it's not too loud and not too abrasive. But yeah, enjoy.
The bullet took my mask. I made him like me and he took my mask. So I watched the new Halloween movie.
It was alright. Don't mind me right now. I'm just putting up my Halloween mask. My customized Ben Tramer mask. So my brother got me this mask. Get a better look at it before I get to the review. Yeah, my hair. This is gonna be my hair. This is my hair today. Calm down. This is a Ben Tramer mask. Got it customized into the second H2 Halloween mask. It's got the hair is a bit red, which is pretty accurate to the movie. But yeah, it's a Ben Tramer mask. My brother gave it to me, and he actually ripped it up here. But it's been pretty good for a couple of years. It's pretty good. I keep it on a mannequin head so it don't warp. And yeah, hasn't ripped anymore. It's a little wider on the neck, but that's good, so I can take it off easy. And I put it on this mannequin head, which I gave it raccoon eyes. I gave it the signature raccoon eyes of Batman, like the Batman raccoon eyes, so I can have like the blackout eyes. And I wear this so that you can't see the eyes. It's a little cringy if you wear the eyes. But anyways, you want to know what I had before this? That my brother got a better mask. It was a H1 mask, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give you this because the mask that you currently have is dog water. No, I'm just kidding. But this is what I had with her. Yeah.
Behold, the slump. The slump.
So yeah, this is the mask. That's the mask I got from. This is the mask I got. It was like $20. Kid you not, $20. I got it from China. This. So the original paint. You can't see anything. Anyways, I had to repaint it. I had to. The hair went down to like. The hair went down to like here, like the behind the ears and stuff. So I had to rip that out. I pretty much painted it. I pretty much painted this. And it was a $20 Halloween mask. Usually for more than that, you just get a shitty Michael Myers mask with like plastic hair. But this one, yeah, in a certain light, it looks like the Miz. But look at that like shading detail. I tried to replicate the sideburns like the original, but I didn't realize that there was not as much shading to it. So I should have taken this. The shading on the sideburns is a little harsh, but I did my best to add some skin tones. I added skin tones to the neckline. I didn't add anything to the nose. I don't really do like super hardcore. I just do a bit of on the neckline where he takes the mask off or puts it on. Added the sewing needle thing by pin. I was thinking about doing just taking a pin and just jabbing through it to create that. But this is a pretty decent plastic. Like I don't know if it's like latex, but I really like this material. It's a bad shape for Michael. The ears are way too stout out. But for like a pretty cheap version of Michael Myers, it does its job. Let's put old wide boy right there. I don't really care about the condition of the mask. It's actually, I don't know if there's any deterioration from that kind of mask, But that one, I'm putting on a mannequin. I'm not ruining it. This one, I like to call the Dead by Daylight special. This one, I feel, is more akin to Halloween Ends with the rust, blood, and effect and stuff. And the skull, I call the Dead by Daylight special, is because, you know, the entity and stuff, and it has that kind of, you know. This is my jumpsuit. It fits. I weathered it down. I put a handprint. You can barely see it, but I put a handprint on the back, the shoulder, just because Dead by Daylight. And one shot right here. I think there's more than one shot, but I put one because that's just the one I really noticed, and it's a good aesthetic. I might add more shots into it, you know, to make it more. But yeah, this is my suit. I just wanted to show it off real quick before I get to the review of Halloween Ends and tell you my honest opinions about it. I'm going to do spoiler free, and I'm going to cut to a spoiler version of it where I try to get all my thoughts out. I'm not going to say everything about the movie, but I'm going to explain my feelings about the movie. This part right here is going to be spoiler free. I liked it. I liked the movie. I thought it was a fitting end to the Halloween series franchise. This timeline, I thought it was a fitting end for it. They finished it, unlike the other sequels where they left it open. Well, I left it open as in, like, you know, the Rob Zombie remake ends it that way too. It feels like it's well earned. I like this ending of it. Was there bad parts? Yeah, there were some weak parts to it. There's some parts where I just like, why are you doing this? And I'll get to that in the plot line, the spoiler review. But anyways, there's just a lot of stuff that I didn't like about the movie. It is definitely the not the weakest, but it's the weakest one has to go to Halloween Kills. Mainly for the evil dies tonight, you know. But like, I really like this one. What I don't like is how Michael barely gets any kills. He barely gets any kills. Well, Michael Myers himself does. Again, I'll get to that in the spoiler review. But yeah, I liked it. It was great. I watched it at midnight to like 2 a.m. Oh boy, it was like around midnight, 2 a.m. when I saw it, and it was a crazy movie. I loved it. I love Laurie's performance. Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. I love Allison, even though there's some scenes that are just like, why can't you just word something right? And that's what's great. Whenever you're engaged, like, why can't you say this? You know, and it grips you in, and it's like the suspense and stuff, and miscommunications. There's some parts it's so stereotypical. But in all, I like it. If I was a rating show, I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. 7 pumpkins. I'm going to put a little 7 and a pumpkin next to it. 7 pumpkins, ooh. But anyways, let's get to my spoiler review. I'm going to do a little cool animation. Ooh, this is the spoiler section of the movie. If you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend it. Check it out, go watch it, and then come back and enjoy the rest of this review. This movie is very... I'd say it's not the best. It added some new things, such as the whole infection. I like the motif of the infection kind of thing. The intro. Let's start with the intro. It's Corey. I can't think of his last name. Babysitting this one kid, and the kid's a typical kid messing with the babysitter. And he tricks him into going up into the attic room and stuff, and locking him in. I thought it was pretty funny. But of course, he's like, "Let me out!" And he kicks the door open right as the parents show up, and the door hits the kid in the face. He falls off the banister and right as the parents show up, smacks the floor, and he's dead. Did not expect that. That was a shock. And I kind of knew from a spoiler free review that Corey was he accidentally killed someone in an accident. But that's all I knew about the story. Then it cuts to the beginning credits. And I noticed it was interesting how they used blue text, kind of a homage to Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which I kind of hope they do make that. I kind of hope they do remake that sometime, because it's been enough time. I think they can have that remake, and everyone's not like, oh, where's Michael Myers, because he's gone. So if they do make a Season of the Witch 3, that would be really cool. 4 years has passed. The incident happened in 2019. And like I said, I'm not going to explain everything in the story. But there's a lot of animosity. There's a lot of it's like an infection. There's a lot of murders that have been going on that Michael Myers is blamed for. And all this time, Michaels is in this sewer. And I'll touch on what Michael does. But Corey's out. He's working at a junkyard. He's fixing up cars, a mechanic shop. And what's his name? I can't think of the names. I'm sorry. But I think it's his uncle, his dad, or something like that. And he's nice to him. Gives him a motorbike. And as it's when he's fixed up. But as he's going to the convenience store to get something to drink, you notice there's a lot of people that are judging him, that are calling him murderer. Oh, you did this. You know, it's kind of like the It thing. It's like people are just assholes in this movie. And these snotty brand high schoolers tell him, hey, why don't you get this? Why don't you get a couple 6-packs? And he says no. So they start bullying him. And one of the girls, oh my god, it starts with an O. She has curly hair, and she's the one I didn't want to die. Well, you know, I can't think of her name. I'm sorry, I can't think of names right now. This is I saw it last night again, and they were assholes, and they got deaths. They got what they deserved. I mean, I don't usually wish death on people, but if they're stereotypical bullies, then yeah, they're like, oh, you killed that kid, huh? Are you a pedo, that guy, that kind of word. I don't like saying that word, but it's like, are you that? Are you a fucking that? And I was like, oh my god, stop. And then Laurie's like, hey, leave him alone, and he gets his hand cut. The cut on his hand is a perfect representation of his infection. Because there's a part in the movie where she's like, infected. It's like infection. Because it's infected. Kind of represents his inner self. I'll get to why that in a minute. But there's this little payback scene that makes no sense until she gets, she's like, you want to do it or should I? And then she holds up a knife. And she points at the cars. Like, it's like, oh shit. And then she sees it. He stabs the car tire. And it's like, you could say that was the beginning of him letting out that evil. There's a party, and the mom, her life has gone to shit. Their lives have gone to shit. They moved out of the house. She fucking she attacks him. It's like, you think you can just fucking have a nice day and just do all this stuff? And people trying to move on, and the town are just vile and just disgusting, and to me it makes me want to Michael to just, you know what I mean? But that's just unfortunately Michael doesn't get any kills except for one unassisted kill, which was the nurse, and the other ones it was helping Corey. I thought it was just weird how Michael is allowing this guy to work with him, kill with him, I guess. I don't know if you... And you can see a lot of Michaelisms in Corey, but they're not good. They're sloppy. I thought that was kind of okay, whatever. And I think the reason why that is because Corey and Allison. Corey's yelled at Allison. Allison's just trying to plead with him that she understands, and he's like, "I'll save you the heartbreak," and he leaves. On his way back, the bullies pull up on him because they found out it's him in a scene that he messed up the bike or his car, and they do a Pennywise. They do a kind of tame down it where he finally steps up to these bullies, and the idiot with the freaking they tag team him, you know. Billy with the chopstick with the little his stupid drumsticks puts him in a headlock and all that stuff, and the main idiot throws him over the bridge. And I can't think of her name. It starts with but yeah, she's freaking out. She goes with them. Why didn't she just leave at that point? She runs off, you know. I really didn't want her to die. Michael comes out and drags him to the sewer. And I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm glad they don't really show much. It doesn't show him talk. Thank God he doesn't talk at all. But Corey wakes up in the sewer, and it's like, oh geez, you know what's gonna happen? Like he's gonna kill Corey because that's kind of crazy. As he's leaving, Michael grabs him by the throat and he just stares into it. Like you can see Michael in his eyes, and I don't know if it's the whole concept of his eyes changing color, or like his eyes, whatever. But like, he infects. Somehow he sees. I don't know what's the whole thing. He sees Michael. Michael sees his like past or something, or his life flashes before his eyes, and his infection starts. And that homeless person that you see just a little bit ago, like in a few scenes, he's like, "I want you to go back in there and get that mask. I'm Michael. I'm not." You know, I think Michael takes certain people in that sewer and infects them, or does something. He stares into their eyes, and that like just awakens some sort of evil inside of people that everyone has. And I'm like, getting a little mythosy here with that little, you know, getting a little supernatural with this movie. And I don't know if that's a good idea to give supernatural thing into it. I don't know, man. It's weird. How they include that. But anyways, he gets out and he stabs that homeless guy, and that's the first kill. And that's the first kill. You know what I mean? Then, oh man, there's a lot of scenes I just skipped through, just skip through the whole romance with Allison and Corey. I'm like, okay, whatever. But there's a lot of good kills. There's his mom is such a bitch. Like, where are you going? Who are you texting? What's going on? And this poor dad. I don't know if the dad is the guy he's working for, but he's such a sweet guy. I just want to hug him. You know, where it's like he doesn't have much lines, but he's such a sweet guy. You know, where his mom slaps him and he leaves, and he's just like, "I hope you find love." It's like, God, I think that's the guy. He starts with an R. Robert or he lures Lori's, not Lori's. He lures actually his ex, which is a cop, Doug. Which seems like a 40-year-old. Like, why the fuck is he dating a 40-year-old? That's fucking creepy. Or, like, he looks too old to be dating her. You know what I mean? And there's this real uncomfortableness. Like, he did something. And it's a lot more, you know. Like, something happened. This is why they stopped dating. Like, you can tell she's really uncomfortable by him. Particularly with the diner scene. And it's like, you know. But yeah, that's just my theory about that. He runs to the dead corpse before the guy puts a bag over his head, and he punches Corey, and Corey runs back into the thing. While he's looking for Michael, he's looking for Corey. You can see Michael kind of hunched over in the corner, hiding, and you see like this little stone that looks like Michael's mask. And then you see Doug Doug sees Corey in the corner just smiling. I'm like, come on, that's stupid. And then Michael comes out. And at first Michael's all like, oh, withered and stuff and weak. I'm like, what the fuck? Don't show Michael like that. But then again, it's been 4 years. Like, 4 years of hiding. Michael's not going to be tanky all the time, you know what I mean? But then Michael's like, he's like, do it! He's holding him down and Michael cuts him. And you can see this, like, you can see something in Michael change. Like his first stab, and he starts getting himself back. You know what I mean? His strength back. Which it sounds weird. He's like, he's getting his powers back. And he's like, it sounds so weird saying that. It does. But yeah, Michael goes for the stabs. And like, show me how you do it. Show him how. And it's like, I don't know. Eventually, Corey takes over Michael. He takes the mask from Michael. And he goes on a killing spree with his own little jumpsuit. I'm like, okay, that's stupid. Like, why isn't it Michael that's doing it, The best kill, I have to say, would either be is the blowtorch to one of the bullies' mouths. And it's at the junkyard scene where he lures the bullies to him. Man, he off kills one of the girls, the one that's not. Oh man, So the first kill is Billy. He jams one of the drumsticks in his eyes. Then he runs down that one girl that I liked, and the fence is pinning her down, and she's pinned by the tow truck. And then he gets out and off screen kills the other girl. I think it's Rob. Ron or Rob. He hands him a gun, the main bully, the dickhead. And he's like, Corey takes off the mask like an idiot. He's like, Corey? And he looks at him and goes, no, and the bully shoots Ron in the forehead. It's like, dude, why? Why'd you have to kill him? Like, I knew he was going to kill him anyways, but, like, he was dead anyways. Like, it's a Michael Myers movie. But he hits that guy, knocks the gun out of his hand, and he blowtorches this dude's mouth while this poor girl watches. And then he does that classic head stomp, like in the 2018 movie. And that just broke my heart. Like, she didn't want the guys to bully him. She just told him to leave him alone. But she went along with them. She should have left, but she didn't, so it's. And then the next kill I like, my best one, my favorite, is Willie the Kid, the stupid DJ, and he's all like, "Hey, this is Willie the Kid," which is the first thing you hear. Michael Myers infecting the town, and he killed all these people, and blah blah blah, and he's a dick. So he kills the poor secretary, in the front counter, which Corey didn't have to, but whatever. And then he walks into Willie's area, his recording room, grabs the guy's head and just slams him onto the desk and the turntable, I guess you can call it, his equipment, and his jaw is just all just hanging out, and you see his teeth just fall out. His teeth are just gone. And then he cuts out the guy's tongue, and it's just, he freaks out, he screams, and he slams his head down. And there's a scene where his tongue is just, skipping the music. And it cuts to Allison with the music. By the way, the cinematography is beautiful. There's like cuts where it shows Corey staring into the mirror, and it cuts to Allison staring. Just cinematography is beautiful. Story is just a little weak. But anyways, oh man. So throughout this entire scene, you can get glimpses of the town's infection, and one of the deaths that was before this all happened was Oscar's mom. She was wearing the same outfit as her son when he got impaled, and she hung herself from that, And it's just so sad to see that kind of stuff, there's two couples that got shot, and it's like, Michael, don't use guns, you know. But anyways, oh man, there's a scene where Lori calls the hospital or the 911, and she's like, I want to report a suicide. And it makes you think that it's gonna happen. She's holding the gun to her head and under her chin, and then it cuts to Michael walking up to the thing, and you hear the gunshot and like a splatter, and you're like, oh, I was like, no. He opens the door. Lori's staring at the camera. You didn't, what was it? You didn't really think I'd kill myself. She's staring right at the camera, and it's just like her telling us this. I had to pause the movie. I was like, yes! Yeah! And she shoots Corey, 2 times in the shoulder, which is like representative of like how many times Loomis shot him, so, like with the revolver. And Lori is such a badass. She's like, I tried to be nice to you, but you know. And Corey's already lying that she's trying that she's trying to kill him. And she's setting this trap up. And he's like, if I can't have her, no one can, you know. So he's like, if I can't have her. And he stabs himself in the neck. I'm like, are you fucking serious? That's how you're going to go out? And she's like, oh, fuck, god damn it. Allison walks in right at the worst moment, mirroring the scene with Corey and the kid. And she's screaming, what have you done? And she leaves. She drives off. I was like, don't do this stupid, like, fucking, like, third part fucked up version of like a third part breakup thing. Or like a third part, like, fallout. And she's in that hysterical state as she was in the original. And then she notices Michael's there, and she composes herself. Because she knows it's time to, like, end this. And this fight happens, and she's mirroring the scene where she's in the closet. And Michael goes to the door, and she uses that fire extinguisher and just beats the shit out of him with it. And then he grabs her hand and sticks it in a fire. And, oh man, it's fucking intense. The fight is intense where she's like, whew. She gets out just in time before her hand gets too cut up. And he knocks her over. She gets that trusty sewing needle. And she tries to stab him, but he catches it. And he sticks her in the side of the neck right here with it. And he gets it a little bit in, and the fighting is great. But she ends up pinning him to the table by stabbing his hands. And knocking a fridge over so he can't escape. And she stabs him in the chest, the side, and takes off his mask. You don't see his mask, his face. I wish there was like a scene where you can see his face. All that, the makeup they put on James Jude Courtney had to look gnarly. And she's like, I've been like pretty much saying like I've been waiting for this moment. To where you finally stop breathing or something like that. And she slices his throat. I'm like, fuck. And she sees him and he reaches his hand up, pulls that knife from his hand and grabs her by the throat. And she's watching him die. She's like, do it. And it cuts this beautiful like scene from the 78 movie and the 18, you know. Just then Allison hits his hand off. And she's like, I'd never let you, like, you know, I'm never letting you end it this way. Or something like that, right? Because she hears about someone talking about a suicide or something. I can't think of his name. I think it's Hopkins. No, one of the cops that she has a little talk with at the store. He's like, your mom or your grandma just called 911 about a suicide or something. And she runs back. So I'm glad that little third fucking fallout thing was quick. And she pins his arm down, and they slice his wrist. And Laurie is holding Michael's hand as he dies, and Allison sees that look, like it's over, you know. And the cops come in, and that beautiful like slow shot of that music, of Allison, or the shape hunts Allison, and she's like, Michael's dead. And she's like, it's over. Is it? No. We're pretty much like, no, not yet. So they strap him to the top of the car, and they drive him to the dump. And it's a long line, like a funeral thing, like a big all of Haddonfield are there for it. And Laurie puts him in this disposal, this giant grinder. And I thought Laurie was gonna go in with him. I was like, fuck, no. But she dumps him in the body. And I think his arms are like this or something like that. And they turn on the disposal, and you see the body get like mangled up inside it. And there's an epilogue. And throughout the entire epilogue, I was just like, fuck, don't have Corey come back. Like the stupid cliffhanger where it's like, or you see Corey like pop up or something. But no. Corey dies. Michael snaps his neck. I forgot. Michael snaps his neck when he comes and confronts Laurie to get his mask back. Corey comes back at like a little bit to get the mask, and Michael, I guess he takes back his evil from Corey, because you see they're staring at each other, and like he stares into Corey's eyes and he snaps his neck, and it's like, I'm back, bitches. There's also a little funny thing where it's like, I thought it would have been funny if Michael would have been like knocking at the door. Laurie answers, or he says, he's like, the big bully took my mask, you know, but no. Anyways, did I like it? Yeah. Was it the best one? No. It was like, it's in between. It's an in between 18. I like it a little more than Kills, because of the whole mob mentality. Just kind of, I didn't like the whole thing of like, I don't know. I like the concept that Michael was staring at himself, and he was looking into his eyes, and that's like he would be staring out of Judith's window, and he was staring into himself. That kind of like, he was staring at himself, and it's like evil is in everyone, and it's like you don't know you're infected until it's. And that's what Laurie was. Laurie was a badass. But yeah, that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh man, I'm gonna get me something to eat. Again, it's a 7 out of 10. It's not the best Halloween movie. Like 2018's Halloween, was the best one. And then, like, if it would have ended like that, people would have still been like, well, where's the sequels? You know. So for those who are just complaining that it sucks, who have legitimate reasons, I respect them. But those who say it's just bad, it sucks, like, sit down. No. But seriously though, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and request. What do you guys think about Halloween Ends? If you liked it, if you disliked it, let me know. I respect everyone's opinions, and your opinion is just as important. Also, there's links to my other social medias and some links to where you can donate. Any donations helps my channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. And until then, see ya.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these 2 videos and subscribe if you haven't already, if you dare. Got an idea for a spooky voice video? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the bell to let you know when I go live or upload a video. Hope you're having a spooky October month, and I will see you ghosts and ghouls in my next video. This is BrandonVoiceGuy with Voicetober. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.